To transport you back to 2016, but we're gonna modernize it a little bit. If you want to learn how to do a full glam, full beat, look like a walking filter, lock in because I'm about to show you how to do it. Here we're about to time travel back to 2016. No clean girl makeup in this house. Jaclyn Hill raised me. Modernize it a little bit though, and we're gonna start with some skin prep. I'm starting with a hydrating milky toner. Follow that up with some sort of hydrating serum or a moisturizer. I like to finish off with a sunscreen, but it's nighttime, so I'm gonna go in with this Underglow primer from Iconic London. Say it with me. If it looks like we can go ice skating on it, it's time for makeup. So it's time to get into makeup, and I'm gonna make sure that everything is affordable. I love affordable makeup. I love the drugstore. This is the L'Oreal True Match, my absolute favorite foundation from the drugstore, in the shade C3. And if you're still paying $20 for a beauty blender, what are you doing? These are way softer from Shop Miss A, and they are $1.55. Foundation is all blended in. We are avoiding the under eye areas because we're only using concealer in those spots. And for concealer today, we're using the Morphe concealer and the Morphe under eye brightener. I am obsessed with this. The shade Buff 4C. If you're new here, we put that shit on around here. Okay, I'm not light-handed with anything. Also using the sponge to blend this out. I'm just tapping it under the eye. Just take whatever's left over on the sponge and just tap right over my eyelid just to go ahead and prep that for eyeshadow. Now we're gonna go in with a little bit of the shade Blossom to brighten even more under the eyes. This is just a light pink, which is really great for color correcting. 2016 we were putting white eyeshadow under our eyes to brighten, so this is a step up. Know my love for the Milani Cheek Kiss cream bronzer, but we're trying a new one today. This one's from Juvia's Place. This is the liquid bronzer in the shade Biscotti. I know this is going to be pigmented, so I'm going to be kind of light-handed. I know I said I put this shit on, but this doesn't need to be put on. I like to use a brush to blend this out, so I'm just going to start tapping it. I was right. She's pigmented. If you learned nothing from 2016 makeup, blending is key. And we're gonna be here blending for a while. After blending for what feels like an hour, I think I finally got it blended out. It's beautiful, but if you're a beginner, you need to get a cream. And it's pretty, but I prefer my cream. It's just easier, quicker, and I just like the finish more. Let's move into liquid blush. As you can see, we're doing a full layer of liquid and cream products, and then we're gonna go over this with a layer of powder products on top. That's the 2016 way. This is Bold Faced Lilac. I've not tried a lilac blush in a long time, so I'm actually really excited about this one. I love these e.l.f. liquid blushes. I know they're not everybody's favorite, but they work for me. Like, I'm sorry, it's literally so cute. It's time to set with powder. This pink one from Juvia's Place has quickly become one of my favorites. This is the Cotton Candy Loose powder, and it's a light pink, so it's perfect for brightening, and it's perfect to blend with our lavender toned blush. Try this on a powder puff. This is also from Shop Miss A, and I like to press the powder into the puff, tap off the excess, press a little into my palm, and then apply to my under eye. This is going to give us the most airbrushed look. Like, look at that before and after. Insane. I like to set with the loose powder everywhere that we used concealer. Sometimes if I'm feeling funky, I still like to bake a little. I just leave a little bit right here in the inner part of the under eye just to bake while I do my eyeshadow, and it also catches any fallout from my eyeshadow too. This isn't very 2016 to me, but I like to use a brow gel to fluff up my brows. I should have done this before I started on my base, so if you're doing this routine, please do your brows before you do your base. Do you remember the days of the block brow? What a time to be alive. Fill in my brows. I'm using the NYX Blade and Shade Brow Pencil. I'm using the shade Chocolate, and I'm just lightly going to go in and fill in any sparse areas. For my eyeshadow today, I kind of want to do something to match my lavender top. It's like kind of a pale purple color. It doesn't really look like that on camera. It kind of looks white, but I promise it's like a lavender color in person. Icy Nude palette from Huda, which I know isn't an affordable brand, but I don't really have any other eyeshadows that have colors like that. You know what I just had the genius idea to do? Put the blush on my eye. A little bit of the e.l.f. Camo blush on the back of my hand, the same one that I used on my cheek earlier, and I'm gonna pick up a little bit on this fluffy brush. These brushes with this handle are from Shop Miss A also. Just gonna start by putting that in my crease. I added some brown shades just to kind of smoke out my lash line a little, but now I want to add this shade right here called IDGAF. I'm gonna pick this up on a flat brush. I'm going to put that on my eyelid. I'm going to pack on this shimmer from this Light Girl palette. This palette is called the Romanticized palette, and I love the shimmer. Now taking this black shade from this Morphe palette, and I'm going to stamp that across my lash line like a little faux liner. We're adding a little bit of the Essence Waterproof Mascara. And now I'm just adding a few little lash clusters. These are my absolute favorite. They're from Velour. These are the hybrid clusters. Those are so cute. Taking my powder puff and pressing in the rest of my baking powder. I'm obsessed with how my eyes match my top right now. Like, I just find that so satisfying. And so 2016. I'm gonna do a little bit of bottom mascara. Same Essence mascara as earlier. My first layer of setting spray, this is the Grip On Lock from Hard Candy. This is a new release, but it is 16-hour wear. The most gorgeous mist. Oh my god. They killed it with these. It's time for our powder layer of product, so I'm going to go in my powder bronzer. This is the Wet n Wild powder bronzer in the shade Wet Shady Beaches. I'm putting this right over the top of where I did our cream bronzer earlier. I'm just kind of tapping it over the top. We're just locking that into place. I don't have a lavender powder blush, but I do have this really pretty baby pink one from Essence. This is the shade Shimmery Rose, and it's also going to double as a highlighter. Look at that gorgeous sheen. Obsessed. I think I'm going to add just a touch of my L'Oreal Infallible Confident Pink. In 2016 we did not use blush, but it's 2025 and I love blush, so we have to. Even more highlight because why not? But first, setting spray. Something that we used to do in 2016 to make our shimmers and our highlighter really pop. We would drench our face in setting spray first. And I mean drench it. This is the Revlon Skin Lights in the shade Daybreak Glimmer. And then we would go right over the top of our setting spray. Make our highlighter like blinding. If you weren't giving Tin Man, you weren't doing it right. Now it's time for a lip combo, and it had to be the mattest matte lip combo. Over my lips with a little bit of powder. These are two of my favorite affordable lip liners. These from Juvia's Place and these from Maybelline. They are both incredible and so creamy and so pigmented. I think I'm gonna go with the Maybelline today. This is the shade On It. It is the prettiest cool tone nude brown. In 2016, I would have died to have this. If it wasn't a matte liquid lipstick, what were you using? This is the Morphe Soulmate liquid lip in the shade Quick Crush. And I still can't help myself. I still do this to this day. I put a little concealer on my lipstick. 2016 Shelby would have loved this lip combo, but 2025 Shelby likes to add a little bit of gloss. I add this one from Lawless. One final spritz of setting spray. And who said 2016 makeup was dead? Bestie, I genuinely could not be more obsessed with how this makeup turned out. I can't stop looking at myself. I'm in love. If you're watching, Bestie, I love you. I'll see you again soon. Bye.